Thank you so much for attending my presentation on why sticky web is holding the bug type together, and first let's talk about the bug type. Bug is one of the worst types in the game for a ton of reasons. In short, neither its offensive or defensive profile is particularly good, and it also takes 25% from rocks. Bug types also tend to have lower stats as they're caught early into playthroughs. Bug has been consistently awful in higher formats, having at most 3 mons in OU at a time. The best, other than Arceus Bug, is definitely Volcarona. It's been a top tier mon in each generation that isn't named X and Y, and was even banned for a time in Gen 9. But aside from that, bug types have languished. Occasionally, new additions like Pheromosa and Buzzwole have made a real impact, but everything else has fallen out of favor. Old generation favorites Heracross, Scizor, and Fortress haven't touched overuse in almost 10 years. Cool, so what's Sticky Web? Sticky Web is an entry hazard that, on switch-in, lowers the speed of all grounded Pokemon by one stage. An effect like this is very unique among entry hazards. Lowering stats just isn't something that anything else does. This obviously seems broken, but what keeps it in check is its learn set. A grand total of 10 fully evolved Pokemon can learn it, almost all of which are Bug. Throwing such a strong move on a Pokemon with the Bug type actually does a lot to maintain balance. But what do we actually need to balance? Sticky Web is the only big form of speed control in singles, completely eclipsing Trick Room and Tailwind. With even a single speed drop, Pokemon balanced on their lower speed stats can start zipping past shit that they have no right to. Sweepers absolutely love Sticky Web, as they sometimes don't even need to boost speed. Sticky Web does all the work for them. Because of this, opponents are pressured to get them off the field ASAP, and can give a set amount ample time to boost. Since webs are only available to a select few Pokemon, your options don't tend to do much outside of hazard setting. For example, Galvantula, who has very little outside of the prerequisite webs and paralysis, was decent on hyper offense teams and saw usage. Despite its ebbs and flows, Sticky Web teams have seen real usage since their introduction. They've traditionally shined in Ubers, where the higher power level makes sweepers even more deadly. Pokemon like Shuckle had niches, enabling all kinds of bullshit, from Calm Mind Arceus to Sub-Source Dance Garchomp. There were a lot of possibilities. Sticky Web finally became a big issue in OU during Generation 9, where the influx of strong HO mons plus Goldengo obliterating hazard removal have made it very useful. You can even use them to slow down opposing setup Pokemon like Booster Val and Roaring Moon. Ribombee is the most usage, becoming a true overused Pokemon for a while, sitting alongside Amoonguss and Dondozo before dropping to underused. In conclusion, without sticky webs, the bug type would be nearly dead in today's landscape. Its design is honestly genius, as with more power creep comes more reason to use the hazard, essentially always keeping it and bugs relevant. Thank you so much for watching.